lots of people.
Keep it still, remember?
It's heat though, that's the problem. But there's nobody there.
I know, but the blue light keeps bouncing over there every once in a while. You see how
She's getting something too, though.
Your microphone. I'm trying to.
Like there was some like people movement going on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
I don't want to know.
What did it say? I want to
I
know.
don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Is that what it says?
I see you.
Yeah, your lights probably will not bounce that far. Alright, let's breeze through this history so we can get this party rolling.
Yeah. Okay, I'm.
Right out, you're gonna get up there and kind of make sure, like, see what's actually going on.
I keep seeing this tall figure over here.
Don't poke the bear about the marriage. So this is.
But I have a feeling that it's just like how it's black in the alley. That the thing thinks it's saying something, but it's not.
Purpose, so that way you guys don't know what you're listening for. Just remember that anybody else could be asking questions, and you might get the answers to it. Next, Anita. I think I got most of your names down at this point, right? Christina? Yes. Yeah, just making sure you were the one that I was like, ah, and then it took me a minute. All right, so with yours, your particular device is going to be kind of going hand in hand. Really get weirded out, especially around landings. Hit that button for us. Nice and slow movement. Stay away from the vehicles. I think we're down to about 6 or 7 cars in here. So kind of keep that in mind. Don't go in between the cars and anybody walking through with a camera. Just go the opposite way of the person coming at you. Okay, so that way they're not freaking out on us. But yeah, we're going to do 1 and 2 round robins. Any other numbers out of yours?
It was going when you were talking 2.9, 4.8.
Okay.
Wow.
So right now, because you're already giving me up to a 19, that's going to be your new baseline. Don't give me anything below a 19, so that way I don't have a whole notebook full of numbers. Did anybody else hear anything out of their spirit boxes? Nothing that you guys can relate to? I know, sometimes it's hard to listen to me and the radio chatter. That's why we like to do the recording. All right, Gladys, go ahead and get that thing unmuted. Let's spread out, everybody. Let's have some fun. Let's do this.
Okay.
You're going to stay with me for just a minute.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop. Oh, that was just you. Wait, what? I see someone doing the splits. Who's doing the splits? Who's doing the splits? Who's doing the splits?
What happened to the mansion?
Is she throwing fists at us? Please don't throw fists at me. That would be really scary. Oh. Something. Oh yeah. A ver. Tina. Oh. Tina, what'd you do to them? They keep saying your name.
Where is the mansion?
Or what happened to the mansion? Where did it go? How did it happen? How did you die? What? That's not... I mean, what is that word? That's not, disrespectful, is it? Oh, someone's twerking.
What happened to the mansion?
Someone's twerking, Mom. I don't know who it is, but it's someone.
Oh, it's getting close to me, because that's not Tina.
Yeah, it is Tina. Talking about that.
But the other one?
Oh, no.
Remember? They said don't try to
Yeah.
record.
Yeah. What? Oh, oops. Don't. Okay.
Like a little red.
It was kind of like someone twerking almost.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
I'm not lying.
It's cold like that.
Really?
You see it's below 40. It's a cold spot right there.
Where?
Bigger or smaller.
You guys figure out that figure over there?
Yeah, Callie caught something.
I caught something. It was like really
So
weird.
I want to point something out to you. Let me get into the light. So point that camera directly at me. Stay right there.
Okay.
Do you see me in there?
I can see you, not the stick figure.
Oh, now it is.
Okay, so my stick figure should have 3 points to a face.
Oh.
Yes. Wait, no.
Okay,
It keeps
right
like
there.
going away. I can't.
So the lighting is weird over here.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
there you
Okay.
Okay, so do I have 3 points on my head?
Yes.
Yes.
I have 2 eyes and a nose.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
when I'm looking at this and you see something that only has a single dot for a head, that means it's probably like a tree or a
Okay.
sign or something like that. I
Okay.
always look for those 3 points.
Okay.
Because a ghost is still going to have that same contour.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The one that she caught before, though, because Tina was on that side and then something was over
No,
here.
but like,
But it looked like a
well,
figure, like a
while
full
we were
figure.
over there, when you were talking to us, I was pointing the camera directly in that alley, and it was completely black from the camera, and you could see like a giant thing, and it did have 3 dots.
Okay. And you were recording?
I was.
Perfect.
I
I'll be
think.
able to check that out. Haven, were you able to figure out like what was going on with that figure we saw?
It went away right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely have to like zoom in and really take a look at that.
Yeah, because it was something. I don't know what it was, but it was something.
Well, my first thought was when the colder months hit, we will get some homeless folks that'll like sleep in here or just kind of hang out because it's kind of a weird spot. So I was like, maybe we have a homeless guy just already starting. But I mean, that person was standing, moving back and forth. They had a white outline around them, which means it was something that we just can't see. So I was kind of like, I'm hip to that. So I'm definitely going to dive into that piece and see what you have. So,
Are you hearing anything, Centuries? Are you hearing anything?
and I don't know
I'm
what's
just
called
hearing like the radio going in and out.
Oh, yeah, my mom too. She keeps
Really?
like hearing like tiny little portions of words.
Yeah, that's
But
what
like,
I keep hearing.
yeah.
and the one that I handed Shooty.
Oop, 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 oop.
With that, I
Okay.
always follow up with that
Let's move.
So I'm not doing my own investigation outside the tours. Like I just set that stuff up and I let it run. And I want to shoot you. I'm more focused on all of you. That's where
That is a lie. Oh, that is a person. That is a person.
I'm a wordsmith, so it's all
There's too many people.
What do you got? Have you heard anything?
Oh, that's those people walking by.
Yeah. Wait, I saw. No, I don't think that's anything.
Go by any song. Okay. If you hear a song, I don't care who sang it, because the ghost isn't going to know that. How much?
46.1.
Nice.
I have a question.
Yes.
If she has the thing on, am I allowed to ask questions too? Okay.
Yeah, I figured you two would be working together.
Okay.
I just heard, seriously.
Yeah, I know.
So again, it's whatever you hear out of there. It's going to seem silly, but you're using the radio with radio chat. But have you ever seen the Transformers?
Yes.
Remember Bumblebee? He didn't have a voice box.
Yes.
He used the radio to talk to us.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay.
You're holding Bumblebee.
So whatever I can hear clearly. Okay.
That's the way it is. And again, once you start getting this, it's not, don't search.
Okay, I'm gonna go back over here because I can't tell if that's 3 dots or 1. That's a very... Haven, come here. Look, this is the thing I'm seeing.
Oh, yeah.
But
Person?
I can't tell because he said if it's 1 dot, it's either like a light or sign.
It's a light.
Is it?
It's a light.
Dang it.
You see the tree across the street?
But then over here, you see where that tree is?
Oh shoot, it's for there.
Mom, come back here. Come back. Faucet here.
What happened to the mansion?
She could just be answering somebody else. Don't point it towards buildings because there's probably people in
Try to
there.
keep it steady, you know.
What is your last name? How did you die? That's not disrespectful, is it? Okay. I couldn't hear. You're the one that. Two. It's too staticky.
Nope, she's not doing it.
Okay, let's just ask her one question at a time. Like multiple times, but the same question.
What happened to the mansion?
Well, she understands what you're saying. You don't have to say it slow.
Okay, Gladys, have we heard anything out of there yet?
We heard a song, but it was too
A lot of
staticky to
different-
hear.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay. And remember, you're not going to hear nearly as much as everybody else.
Okay.
So with yours, again, it's probably the most accurate one. So when we get something, it is normally good stuff. And if I don't know what it
Okay.
is, I'm not afraid to say I don't know something.
Okay.
So you got this. I've got a word with them.
Liza, where is the mansion?
What's her name, Eliza? I don't know. I couldn't hear that. Eliza, what happened to the mansion?
Christine.
Please tell us. Please. Oh my god, Tina scared me. Eliza, what happened to the mansion? Oh. Let's get closer over here.
I saw that car.
Oh. Eliza, we can't understand the song.
You can try.
You can try. I can try. Help me. Said, you can try. Help me.
You can try to help me.
No.
She said you can try.
She said you can try, and then the song after she said that, or someone said that, it said help me, the song. Or what it sounded like.
They said this way.
This way.
This
We were
way.
coming this way. Wow, you guys got all serious on me. All right, you got a camera, go ahead and give your hands a break. So hit those stop buttons and relax.
Can I start recording?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right, so anything on our Envoy device over there?
No,
Nothing
just
at all.
FGYBX. That's it.
Okay, you're going to be looking for the letters RI in that order. That's going to make a lot of sense here in just a moment. I don't feel like we lost somebody.
No.
All right, okay. So kind of give me the relationship between the party of 7 first. Like, who's who to who? I guess we'll start with Callie. Who's mom and dad to Callie?
Mom.
That's my mom.
Okay. Dad's not here?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if I was asking. I'd just like to know, like, who's who.
That's my husband.
Okay.
That's his daughter.
Okay.
We're just
me.
best
You're
friends.
just you?
We're all just friends.
Okay. All right, fair enough. And
Friends.
friends, got it. Okay. This is why I ask. Like, I never want to assume anything.
Yeah.
So kind of keep that in mind. I'm not trying to pry, but again, I told Haven I was going to try to get to know him. Like, who the hell's who? But anyway, welcome to Philadelphia Alley. So every tour comes down here. This is the space that I'm retiring this year. So between the next 2 months, this one's going to slowly fizzle out. So as I get the new one ready, that we're going to be prepping for tonight. So part of the reason why I'm doing this is because every tour comes down here. So if you've been on a ghost tour in Charleston, you've probably been here before. So I don't always like to tell the same tales that they're doing.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's the whole
this
point. Not that I don't get things from it. And the fact that you're not listening on that spirit box, that actually makes sense here. And that's going to make more sense once we get parted here. I want more to it, but you're going to see why that would actually make sense to me in this location. If other tours are going to come through here, they're going to come in the same way we did, or they're going to come out of that ivy wall because there's a set of stairs right in front of that garbage can, so sometimes they just kind of cut through. So those of you with video cameras, what will happen is like you'll basically point them downwards. You can continue recording, just point them down when they pass through us. We'll kind of split the seas and let them go past. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Good deal. All right, so let's get started on why the heck we're here. This is called Philadelphia Alley now, but it used to be called Dueller's Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. So after dueling became illegal and stupid, they named it after a city that helped us out of one of our many, many fires financially. So that's why it's called Philadelphia Alley now. We all tell the same story, but I'm going to give you more details because you're ghost hunting. You're not on a campfire marshmallow kind of ghost tour, right? So let's get into it. A doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. There's your first part of your RI. So that's why you're looking for that. He moves down here. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. Those of you listening to Spirit Boxes, if you hear the song Brown Eyed Girl, it is not coincidence. It is part of his name, and we get it here all the time. Now, back to Dr. Ladd. He moves here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. She's an attorney, helping her out with all of this cash. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money, so he tells Amanda to get rid of the doctor. Dr. Ladd moves down here to Charleston to prove that he's not after her money. The coachman that brought him into town set him up to be robbed and killed. It's kind of like having a really bad Uber driver. So this guy has a gunman inside the place where Dr. Ladd is supposed to be staying. He's going to rob him because he was dressed pretty well. He just came out of medical school. But somebody was walking by. His name was Ralph Isaacs. That's where I stopped. Ralph actually has the same initials as where the doctor came from. That's exactly why I have that device that's in your hand. I was getting RI all the time on these red spirit boxes, but I wanted to verify it. We have gotten it in the past 8 or 9 months about half a dozen times from your device whenever I bring up Ralph's name. So again, in that specific order. And everybody knows that R and I are not next to each other in the alphabet, and that goes through the alphabet consecutively. Take that for what it is. Ralph tells the doctor, dude, you don't want to stay here. I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me. I got friends at 59 Church Street. You can rent a room from those friends of mine, and you'll be safe and good to go. Doc took him up on the offer. The two gentlemen are now friends. The longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making. He's proving his point. He's not after Amanda's cash. Amanda gets wind of this. She's moving down so they can get married. Dr. Ladd became known as the Whistling Doctor. You're not listening. Getting my point? You have to listen for whistles. So every ghost tour that comes down here will tell you to listen for those whistles. Again, I'll explain a little bit more after the full history, but you'll see my point. The whistling doctor is what he became known as. So, Dr. Ladd and Ralph see plays together, but they can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. He gets better seats. It's kind of like going to the movies and your friend makes more money than you, so they get better seats than you. So they talk about these plays on the way home. They go see Richard III one night from Shakespeare. They're arguing over the actress that was just here in town. Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Ralph didn't. I hear voices. No. The argument turns into Ralph insulting the doctor's fiance back home in Rhode Island. It got really ugly, and they go their separate ways. Ralph, I told you, has friends around town. He goes to his friends at the newspaper and puts an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society kind of stuff. Doc saw the ad, rebutted with, let's go to Dueler's Alley. We're going to settle this. Keep in mind that this argument started over an actress. The two gentlemen came down. They took 10 paces away from each other. They turned. The doctor pointed his gun in the air and shot his one bullet. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just needed to have the courage to show up to the fight, which is often what happens at a duel. But Ralph has his one bullet. He puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. The doctor doesn't die, but Ralph proved his point that he's pissed off. So he fell to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later. I'm going to point out a few things. First off, he refused medical treatment, and he died on November 2nd of 1786. Yesterday was the anniversary of his death. So, November 1st, on that investigation, we had a lot of things going on with the whistling doctor. I'm just going to point that out. Yesterday, I took the night off, so I was kind of like, damn it, it's the doctor's anniversary. Like, once I actually realized what night it was. But today, we should still get quite a few things out of this. And it was also 1786. He refused medical treatment. He's a doctor. Gunshot wounds are a lot different in 1786 than they are now. So he probably just thought he had lead poisoning and probably just tried to bleed it out himself. But he failed because he died. So every ghost tour tells you to listen for those whistles. We have 3 video cameras running plus my voice recorder. If, in the event, a whistle will occur, it's going to show up on one of those 4 devices. So kind of keep that in mind. Not to mention, we have on the Red Spirit boxes had a whistling part of a song and then the word doctor from a commercial immediately after. So doctor kind of mentality. I've seen it dozens of times in the past 4 years that I've been coming here. So take that for what it's worth. Other word clues would be like 59, the word doctor, anything medical. You're getting the point of this, I hope. Now, if you're going to try this on your own and listen for the whistles by walking all the way through here and using the voice recorders on your phone, just keep in mind that every local knows this story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland Street or Queen Street is going to throw a whistle down the alley. I do it every single morning, just so you know. When I'm done with your guys' data, well, not anymore. My office is like basically behind me, and then my parking garage that I used to use is down here. So I had to pass the alley. Always throw a whistle ever since I got thrown out of here. You guys want to hear that part of it? Because yes, that's the funny part. Because it's like, oh yeah, let's hear how you got in trouble. So this alley, this will also show you a little bit more about how I go through the research with this. Do you have something that you need to show me? Okay. You just kept holding it up, and I was like, maybe she's got something. The alley, this way, the way we came in, we wouldn't have been able to do that before because there used to be a wall up there. The reason why is because this is where they kept the livestock for the city of Charleston. So this used to be called Cow Alley before it was Philadelphia Alley. Yes, I know history can be very boring, Gladys. I'm so sorry. I call out yawns all night, just so you know. Because yes, I keep you up pretty late. But anyway, so basically all the cows and chickens are down here. But the reason I point this out is because that means the bricks down at the other side are older than the ones you're standing on. Those bricks down there are sun-dried from slave children. I used to take my groups all the way down there simply because there is a handprint from a slave child down there with fingerprint swipes and others. It wasn't anything paranormal. It was a matter of I treat that brick the same way I do a grave. That kid's not there. We all need to see how far we've come from slavery, right? Because you're in Charleston. You're going to hear the word slavery. It comes up all the time. But I took my group down there, and they all think they're going to get something paranormal out of it. November 26th, 2020, my entire group of 10 is huddled around one brick, waiting for something to happen. I'm trying to be respectful to that brick, but also to the dining room window that we're standing outside of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I didn't realize I was out of bounds for tours. I just started doing tours, and I had no idea what all the boundaries were. So that new owner of that mansion came out. He was screaming. Yeah, my daughter thought it was great because her dad's getting yelled at, and he's at work kind of mentality. So she thought it was perfectly funny. Good Lord. Please be careful with your cameras on this one.
Yeah, I know. I'm pointing
thank
down.
you. Appreciate that. But at the same time, so we moved along. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on Thanksgiving because I worked for Walmart for a good couple of years. We'll just say over 10. And I don't do Thanksgiving because you guys like to fight over towels. Like, I'm not doing that anymore. And I was in upper management. So the next day was the 28th of November. And I called my partner that I had at the time, and I told him what happened about my little incident with the neighbor down here. And he laughed at me just like my daughter did and said, you're not allowed to go down that far. You're only allowed to go down halfway. Reroute the group. How are you?
He's 21. He's an idiot.
You hear that? Don't become 21. So, he laughed at me and said, reroute your group. So I told my team that night, keep in mind, I didn't know anything about this next location other than I didn't have anything ever happen with my devices at the next stop. And that was just on a personal account. So I told them, I'm a vampire guy, not a pirate person. Nothing's ever happened up there because I'm not into pirates. Just I don't know if it's just my disbelief about the whole system or however it goes. However, before we left this alley, somebody with a spirit box, here's the name Anne. I didn't tell them which pirate we were going to be hunting down, the famous female pirate, Anne Bonny. So I was kind of like, hot damn, maybe we got something. We going around the corner. I told them what little bit I did know about pirates, because again, I only had like 6 hours to do quick research and just try to slap something together. And somebody else, here's the number 300, like on Chantrice's device. I don't know what that means. I write it down. Again, it's going to give you some spooky terms. So the number 300, I researched it the next day for them. We were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy, November 28th of 1720. The exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial.
Wow.
So that's normally the reaction I get. I was actually pissed off. Let me tell you why. I have a master's degree in creative writing. When I'm writing fiction or I'm ghost hunting, I like facts and data to be able to base things off of to make sure everything, especially in ghost hunting, is going to be valid and legitimate. Again, I'm not a TV show host. I want validation, just like y'all. However, pirate stories come from pirate lore. What does that mean? They were written 100 years after the alleged occurrences. There's no way that they're completely accurate unless we have documentation from certain trials, deaths, anything like that. I had to read a crap ton of books to make sure like what we're talking about is pretty close to legitimate. Everything we're going to be discussing at the next location came from a minimum of 2 resources, just so you guys have that thought. Because again, that was 2020, so here we are, 2023. I'm still reading books on pirates, playing games, watching documentaries, watching movies, you name it. If it deals with pirates, I put my eyeballs on it because I want to make sure I have another version of the story. The gate, I know you guys are getting pretty quiet and tired. I see some yawns already. The gate before we leave, I'd like to point this out for what this actually is. Also shows my research. Remember I told you that the alley didn't go all the way through this way? Mm-hmm. So in the event there was a loser to the duel, the dead guy, right, because he got shot, instead of going all the way down to Queen Street and doubling back to get to the cemetery, they created this doorway. So basically you can see the archway is definitely original to the wall, but the gate itself was probably put here in the early 1900s just because of laws of zoning and all of that mess. So I call this the shortcut to get to the cemetery that's on the other side of the wall. It's the death gate is the way I look at this. So it's just an interesting little thing of like, why is this gate even here? But once you dive into the history, it starts to make sense, doesn't it? Have we heard anything or seen any numbers before we leave this space and go learn about rated R pirates? Nobody got my pirate joke. My daughter slaps me every time she's on the tour and I say, let's go learn about rated R pirates. Quit with the dad jokes. And that's my youngest, she's 17, so she has the dad quit with the damn dad jokes already, so I can't give her that permission. Nothing was heard on the 2 of you?
I can't.
I know, it's a lot. Yeah. Especially. So Chantrice,
I
were you?
just heard ambush. I don't know if that means anything.
Definitely piratey type stuff. But that's not something you hear every day on the radio now, is it? That's the stuff I look for. Like, I don't think I've ever written down the word ambush, so I'm going to be writing that one down. Okay. Very interesting. Word list, how are we doing on yours? You had the word name Brianna on there. I don't know who that is.
50? You said the number 50?
I did not, but I will tell you what that means.
What does it mean? It was $50, but...
Is it showing Tina at all yet?
No.
No?
So
anymore.
Last week or the week before, I was going through the spot check of the recording for the Spirit Box, and I heard the phrase 50 feet. And I was like, I wonder. So I put in a conversion of 20 paces, which is 10 paces in opposite directions, and what is the distance between that? Lo and behold, it is 50 feet. Exactly. Seriously. So I'll be writing down the number 50, even though you didn't have the word feet after it. It still gives me that very specific thing. I was like, it was just a I wonder kind of mentality. So this is where I get excited, guys, where I don't know stuff, and you guys are telling me weird shit. Like, oh, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
50, because it said $50.
Right.
Does that mean, does that have anything to do with pirates since they're, after treasure?
So with the spirit boxes, though, what they're listening to, if they ask, what color is a big red barn, and somebody hears Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, their spirit boxes are slowed down. I still have the word red. I don't need Rudolph the Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
So if she heard $50, that 50 has shown up here just recently, teaching me exactly how many feet are in between 20 paces.
Oh,
so that's where I'm making the connection.
Okay.
So $50 to a pirate might be $1 million for back in those days, for all I know. I know, because money was a lot different back then. No numbers coming out of the 2 of you, by the way? Nothing here? All right. All right, you guys will get some bleed over from this location into the pirate location as well, because we're going to be going up and around the corner directly across the street, basically straight behind me, but we have to obviously make the walk around. So definitely continue listening. Cameras, if you want to keep them rolling, by all means do so. We're just going up and around the corner. And then Gladys, go ahead and get yourself unmuted. You could be the weirdo where everybody looks at you, that's okay.
Stand by me so they think you're the weirdo.
Okay. I'm used to being the weirdo, so it's fine.
Maybe hold it.
Yeah, I know. Let me stand.
So what do you think? Are we capturing ghosts? You can walk with me. I'm not
No, not
I need
yet.
somebody to talk to. Get up here.
In the walkway, I did not see anything except for Nia that was in the way. I was gonna tell her to move, but I didn't want to be rude.
I wanted to tell you too, that thing will pick up your shadow, so don't think it's a
Oh,
ghost
okay.
on the ground, okay?
Yeah, it picks up a lot.
You're pretty smart. How old are you?
10.
10.
But I am in shoot, what's it called? Virtual school. Oh, there's another word for it.
Virtual school?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Talk to me.
Homeschool. So I'm homeschooled,
Okay.
and I kind of feel like I'm learning a lot better
Yeah, sure.
than I was in like regular school.
Do you know what they call that when you go into a building like that? It's called brick and mortar. Do you know why?
No, I don't.
So just like this building over here,
Uh-huh.
it's got bricks, right?
Uh-huh.
And what's holding it together is called mortar.
Oh.
So it's a brick and mortar school.
Oh, that's
Makes
cool.
sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm always about teaching.
No,
Obviously, in case
don't
you haven't picked
worry.
up on that.
Yeah. Oh yes, I see my shadow right now.
Yeah, it's not a person on the ground.
Yeah, that's funny.
She's adorable, by the way. Can I take her home?
Yeah.
Like, my kids didn't act like this when they were 10.
Please don't. I can't live without my mother. And I have a dog. I can't live without him either.
Because I'm a big dog.
I have a Maltipoo. I'm a big dog person too. I mean, I love all kinds of animals, but like I in the past I had a lot of dogs, so like I'm kind of stuck.
So if
that.
you were to guess what kind of dog I have, I actually have 3 dogs. They're all the same type.
Okay.
Guess what kind of dog I have?
Okay, wait. A husky?
No. Anybody else want to take a guess what kind of? No.
I was gonna say that too.
Civil War mean anything?
Yes.
And then we had a woman laugh, and they played it twice.
Okay, so we have Civil War.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Anybody else want to take a guess on what kind of dogs I have?
Hugs.
No.
German Shepherd. Poodle.
I like how you guys are like coming up with these like German Shepherds, like very tough dogs. Like that's kind of funny.
Chihuahua.
I have 3 miniature wiener dogs. Raven, start with the jokes, buddy. Go for it, man. They're all there.
Because you don't know how many dogs I have.
I love wiener dogs. They're so
And
cute.
all 3 of them are different. So my wife, like I said, is training to be a vet right now. So I actually have an ESA for my seizures. He is a piebald dapple. So if you don't know what that is, he looks like a chocolate chip cookie on top and milk on the bottom. And then I have Emily. She is a silver-headed wire-haired chocolate. So again, sometimes I have a hard time with explaining that, but she has basically a silver head, but looks like chocolate on the back, but she has longer hair, and she's the only one I have that's a girl and has a beard. And then I have a senior. His name is Dante. So all 3 of my dogs are named after poets. So I have Byron, Emily, and Dante. So my wife thinks that Dante, because he has no teeth and his tongue hangs out the side of his mouth, that we named him after the dog from Coco. Exactly. So that's what I let her believe. So but in my mind, he wrote the Divine Comedy. So again, trained in English. Sorry if anybody is not into English and poetry, but that's why they're named the way they are. If we end up getting another one, which we probably will, he will probably be Edgar. So So
Edgar Allan Poe.
yeah, so we thought about doing an Edgar, an Allan, and a Poe, so that way we have all three. But I'm all about naming my animals after people or like characters. So my birds, which I have parakeets in my office at home, they are named after characters from Interview with the Vampire. So I have Claudia, who is an all-white, looks basically like a little tiny owl, just the way she's speckled, and then I have Armand. So I had Louis, but Louis passed away.
No,
So
sorry.
That was a rough one because he actually had cancer on his wing. So if you've never dealt with that, it was bad. Like lots of like suturing and stop bleeding and that kind of he took. He was a weird situation that we had to handle. But anyway, with my wife training to be a vet, I had her dive right in because I knew more about birds than she did. But anyway, enough about my animals. I just thought it was funny. I wanted to see what you guys kind of dogs I have. You guys had all kinds of stuff. But yeah, 3 wiener dogs. And I get the jokes all the time. And then my wife has a cartoon tattoo of them. And then we made t-shirts out of them. Like sometimes I trip over my wiener. All of those things. So they all come out. But back to why we're here. Anything else being heard? So what was that phrase you guys heard again? Civil War. Yes. So we are at the Gunpowder magazine, which served 7 different wars with gunpowder, the last servant being the Civil War. So, it's very interesting that you heard Civil War because that's, again, not a phrase you would hear on the radio. Chantrice, did you hear anything along the way?
I had March 16, 250 value, and then I had Doja Cat, that Paint the Town Red song keeps going in and out.
Like the stable, right?
March 16th is very specific.
Oh, really?
We're not even anywhere near March. Why would they be saying anything about March 16th?
Because on the river said March 16.
Very interesting. So I will tell you, in the month of March, I will bring up from time to time, because our 7th vice president is buried on the other side of this wall.
Wow.
He was born in March and died in March. I don't know the exact dates off the top of my head, but of course I wrote them down so I can dive into that. If it's not anything, I will definitely just have it in your notes, just so you guys know how this works.
14.1.
14.1 in this location? Wow. That's weird. I was just going to say, in this location, the EMF, we don't normally see much, so I get excited about a 2.5. And you just had a
38.6. 9.3.
Where's your phone? Okay, that's a good spot.
Should I move it?
No, that's, as long as it's not touching it, we're good. 14.1, and then what was the other one?
38.
38?
38 or 36.
I'll put 36 just for shits. Wow, that's huge for this location. I'm just going to point that out. It goes up anything above that, we'll just say 25 at this point. Just let me know. All right, hit those record buttons if you haven't already, by all means. Let's get into the history while we're here. Again, we're going to be discussing the Powder magazine for a brief moment. We're just going to be looking at it at a different light than all of the other ghost tours. Every ghost tour comes by here and tells you about the architecture. I'm here to tell you why it's relevant to pirates. That's kind of why we're here. Those are not crosses on that building up there, by the way. Those are earthquake bolts. Earthquake bolts. So you guys have been seeing them all over town. An earthquake bolt is basically a turnbuckle. If we have another earthquake, you can tighten them, and it's supposed to tighten up the building so it doesn't incur any further damage. Wow. It's a great idea, it just doesn't work. So, yeah. The only reason I bring those up is because that's the first set of earthquake bolts that Charleston ever put in. You can see how big and crude they are. The building behind it, the apartment building, also has earthquake bolts. That's more of a modern day, but they just don't work either. So take that for what it is. But that building has the first earthquake bolts because it's the oldest government building in South Carolina. It was finished in 1713. We are here because that building was being constructed at the same time that Anne Bonny was coming here to start her new life. This is what I call a familiar. What I mean by that is, if you guys watch the TV shows, you've seen that Boo Buddy, right? It's the teddy bear with the little blinky light K2 meter inside of it. So if a child ghost comes near it, it'll go off, right?
You see anything, Haven?
Think of that concept with this building.
No.
We don't have any buildings that old that Anne would recognize from her era.
Because I'm seeing this figure, but it's just like, it's only 1 dot, not 3 dots, so it's not really, yeah. Unless it's the light lamppost behind it.
Back to this location. The building took 10 years to build. Does that sound like our government? Small building? 10 years?
It keeps flickering now.
Yeah, it's like weird because like I'm moving this way, I can't see anything. I start to move this way more. I'm going very slowly, and then at the corner of the tablet, I see something, and I'm like, but then I go back, and it's like nothing, and I'm like, what the heck?
It's registered. Go the same way. That's something really cold up there.
Yeah. I mean, it's really cold everywhere, but.
I know. See the blue dot shows you where the coldest is, and it's something cold right there where you were flickering at.
Oh, that's weird. I'm trying to focus this camera.
Yep, same spot.
Yeah, because, like, I'm seeing it over there where the electric volts are. Or thunderbolts, I forgot. That's weird. Oh, that's a little.
So fast forward, the building's done in 13. By 1715, pirates are starting to come through Charlestown. Keep in mind, I keep calling this place. Love it. So this one could be long. Hold on to them.
Yep.
Please remember what you got, so I can write them all down. So first, guys, she's gonna fall in love with one of these pirates coming through town, so she can earn her freedom. That's the whole mentality of the story. She impressed women who wanted her freedom, just like a man. So the first guy she falls in love with, and I said first because there's a handful of them, and we're gonna cover them all. That's what makes the story so interesting.
Yeah, because that's the only spot. Over here's the only spot that's, like, flickering at all. Because, like, I'm trying to, like... Yeah, because see, there's nothing right here anymore. Yeah.
They make those jackets right now.
Falls in love again. Guy number two. Guy number two is John Rackham, but everybody calls him Calico Jack. This is the guy they based your Johnny Depp character off of, in case you were wondering. Now, John, insects. Your EMF readers will go off as you get closer to that side of the lot because of the two electrical poles and the parking meters on the other side. I'm normally very excited about things back here, especially going into the numbers that you gave me, which I've never seen before. I'm excited normally about a 2.5. So let's spread out in this location. Let's see what we can get out of it. I am interested in your word list because I have not looked at it in a few minutes. So let me take a look at that.
You have it unmuted?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Well, we can't really put it towards cars. We need to go over here.
What do you want to ask?
Did I say leave?
She did say leave. One of my mom's readings said leave. Well, I'm pretty sure it said leave.
It said leave here?
Like, we were walking over there, and then it said leave.
We're not leaving, and
Let's not walk over there.
What if she doesn't want us to be here? Can we respect that? Or
we could probably go after the parents' names.
Like a lot of people.
like a lot? I don't know.
And did you say to leave?
No, you can't ask that because that's a yes/no question.
Oh. And why did you say to leave?
Is there? Oh, never mind. That's a yes/no question. And why did you tell us to leave? Does she think we're rude? Cause
No.
And why did you tell? What? She's trying to talk. She yelled. This. And whatever you're trying to tell us, we can't understand.
Used to kill.
Used to kill?
843.
843.
843. 4, 3, 1. My mom's radio said the number's 843.
That's our area code. So I throw that stuff away.
Oh.
843 in Charleston. I don't even write them down because you're gonna
Okay.
hear it all the time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Too easy. Any other numbers?
No.
And that's normally what I expect here. So that's the common thing. The fact that you have those high numbers is a holy shit moment for me. Like, just so you know.
And why did you tell us to leave?
Again, I'm not a How's your device going? Any letters? I'm looking for AZ, Ann Bonnie, or MR for Mary Reed.
And what is this building?
Any numbers? Yeah, I gave them earbuds here. They're like headbutting together. Chantrice, you hear anything?
And
You think 300? 300? You think Anne will like if I play the harmonica for her?
no, maybe don't because there's surprise.
Oh, yeah, huh?
I was asking her if she heard anything, and she goes, "Just the number's 25." I was like, "That's creepy, huh?" She's like, "Yeah, it is, but I like it."
Has it said anything?
Distance. How long is this
Distance. I'm having fun, so time is flying by. Does that mean we should keep our distance?
My nails. I think she might have sharpened it. When I took my shoe off, it was like a little bit of pus or whatever. You need help to light for me. You ready to cut it all out? Yeah. I can't do it. I tried to
It
It
hurt.
hurt. What have you got?
What have you got, Jenny?
Nothing. Just a bunch of letters. I don't know what they mean. Does that mean far away? Like Ireland?
Let me see.
What about you, Kelly? What you got?
Nothing. And what was the question we were asking her? I forgot. And why did you tell us to leave? And why did you tell us to leave? You okay? Your lips are like blue.
Fucking cold. That's why.
And why did you tell us to leave?
Because it's time to go.
To go. 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 What do you mean? What do you mean by go, Anne? the rain.
She knows I'm miserable, so she's like, go.
I love how you guys got her like double fisted, doing double the work. Are they paying you overtime?
Yes,
Okay,
they
good.
should be.
Have you heard anything?
We heard the words go. What else?
You guys had leave on there. I wrote that one.
Heard leave earlier.
Yeah, earlier. That was when we were going towards that window.
Right now, she's asking, why do you want us to leave? Or why
Why did you want us to leave? She said go, and then she started playing some songs.
She's rocking out for us.
I think so.
Okay.
I was playing the harmonica actually, and the song she was playing kind of sounded like it had harmonica. She might
James Bonnie.
she might want me to stop.
No.
But and you got James. She probably did at one point.
Freezing?
Again, we're talking pirates. We can be a little nasty and kick them in the shins a little bit. Not that prominent English woman. Anything nuts going on with yours? Sounded like liner. Like liner.
Did.
I don't know. That's why we record the audio from your cameras.
Or lanyard.
Lanyard. I love how the listening spirit boxes with the earbuds, like they're all like faced that way, and we're all kind of like just chilling back here. They're like, we're not paying attention to you. Give them another minute because there's not a whole lot going on besides asking about the husband and the name James showed up on the word list.
I hear like voices, like when you put your ear really close, you can hear like voices, but they're very silent. It's mostly static though.
It tries to take out that static, but it doesn't always do a good job.
What are these lines in this building?
I get asked that all the time. So, remember the building served 7 different wars. So in between those wars, it wasn't holding gunpowder. So they turned it into like law offices, a textile and mercantile, and they needed kind of like a storage unit. So it actually still connects to the building. And I think the powder magazine, because it's a museum now, I think they use that to like rotate the exhibits because they'll like put up different uniforms from all the wars and so forth. So I think above it is all the.
Tina, you got anything?
I think the powder magazine.
0 points there.
But yeah, yeah, I get that. That's what a lot of people think. Like, yeah, earthquake's not going to come out to a perfect roof.
Right? I was like, wow.
All right, Shantice, anything else coming out of there? Okay, what about the two of you? Nothing? All right, let's wrap this one up. We're going to go up to that wall. I'll explain what the next 2 locations are. I'm going to give you a all right, let's have a quick I don't know who the fuck this is. So, with the research, that bust over there is Henry Timrod, born in 1828. He was a host. So here's how it goes. Again, this one's quick and short because you only need to know so much. He was a writer for his whole life. He was sick. So he was old enough to go fight for the Civil War. The Civil War is 1860s. He was born in 1828. So he goes out to the battlefield, and his comrades realize he's too sick to fight. So he sends home, knowing he was a writer, and he said, "He'll be the voice of the war. Go home and tell people what's going on out here." So he came home and started writing poetry about what was going on in the battlefield. He became known as the laureate of the Confederacy. It's a pretty prestigious title for writers. A couple years ago, he has a son. His son's name is Willie. He's born on Christmas Eve. What is his name? Oh, okay. It's summer. But anyway, so his son's name is Willie. He's born on Christmas Eve, and he dies 9 months later, October 20. So very sad for him. His wife Katie. A couple years go by. He's not writing as much. He has a college friend that's also a writer from college. He realizes he's not writing as much either. So he says, "Go use my cottage. Get away from Charleston and get back to work." So he goes out there and he wrote his last words. His last words were total and brief mortality. Dear person with a short life. And then he coughed, and it landed on the page in a blood stain because he had tuberculosis. Now, he died right there on the page. Henry, we're looking to learn more about you. We're past your month of mourning.
Back up.
I tried to do you a little bit of respect for the month of October, with understanding.
One word.
tell us about your occupation. What did you do for a living? Let's verify that you're here before we start really getting into things.
Charles. 4.
Henrik, we've only seen one image so far. You can show us some images.
Disaster.